What is up, YouTube? We are back, and it is going to be a video I've never done really before. Oh, green screen's a little messed up, but I'm going to walk you through what I believe is the best starter build in PGA Tour 2K25. Granted, this is a little bit up to interpretation. I get that. However, what I'm going to do is for what a level 25 golfer is and where I believe you should put a lot of your initial AP points. Yes, I have Rebirth, so it is a little bit skewed. So I do have 51 available points, but 24 owned for free. So I'm just going to walk you through kind of what I believe you need to get your golfer from a 65 up into that 80 range and what the best attributes and skill tree points you should be prioritizing early game that I think is going to put you in the best place to succeed once this game releases. So first things first, your archetype. As you can see at the top, technician. I think technician, it's usually a lot of people have been using it. I always liked it just because I think it's the most forgiving. So automatically I'm going to go straight towards technician just because I believe that is what you can use to have the best chance of success. And this is these are the base attributes you get. So 42, 75, 70, 67, 57, 48, 59, 64, 55, 44, 53, 46. Okay. And as you can see, you see the line between the two of them. Those things are paired. So as I go here and start upgrading my power, it decreases what my cap is on my contact. So the more I want to put in the power, I can go hit the ball long, but then my base contact is very low. That's a tough thing. That's a very tough thing. So you do have to kind of mind it, be mindful of what you're doing in that sense. So to start out, to get you kind of an 80, I think the best thing you can do at first is at least get your contact to an 85 and at least get your swing path to an 85. That's 25 skill points, gets you to a 74. You'll earn those pretty quick when you start out. But that's where I believe your most influential aspects will be. And from there, I do also think your clubs don't go very far to start. So I do believe that going towards power is very important. However, I don't think you need to. I think 52 is a really good number personally. If you want to max everything out right away, I would get this to 90 and get swing path to 90. But I don't think that's necessary per se. From there, it really is personal preference. The correction is how much shaping you need to move your marker into the desired shaping that you want based on your fade or draw bias. For me, I have mine at 72. I don't know if that's particularly necessary. I would this is one where I truly do believe start putting a couple here, a couple there, and then kind of mess with it and see where you can kind of find that perfect middle ground. From there, I've found another sweet spot. I like having my putt contact and my putt path even. I don't know why. Might just be an OCD thing. Who knows? But that is what I believe. You should have those even in any way, shape, or form. So I think getting that to 50 is really good. But just to start out, if you're trying to get to an 80, you can do this. From there, though, I do think the best way to go is to get this somewhere in the 55 range once you keep progressing. And then I think rhythm and then also shaping are very important. So I would even go like if I were to keep going, this is what I would, if you had, 75 skill points available, this is where I would put it right away. You can take a screenshot if you want, do whatever you need. And then from there, this gives you pretty solid stock yardages to then move forward with fittings and have a little bit more customization where you don't have to use power fittings, but you can use power fittings and go from there. But other than that, I don't think these matter that much. I think putt weight and putt rhythm, if you struggle with it, is a very good thing for your fittings to go on. However, I don't believe it's necessary to use skill points on it. Skill points should be the things that you deem absolutely necessary to get yourself off the ground and running in order to give yourself the best chance at being successful. I think 52 power is more than fine. I don't think you need to go higher than that. You can go up to 56 if you really want to. I don't necessarily see the need. Yeah, 85 swing path, 67 correction. If you want to start messing with that, you can. Like if you want to take maybe a little bit off of here and put it on correction, you could also do that. There you go. But other than that, I don't think... Okay, it's just going to leave them on there. We'll take them off. However, for the skill points, this is where I do feel it's very important. The biggest thing you need to know on the skill point is in order to get down to these other shots, you have to have a certain overall. And then you don't have to have everything before it. So for tee shots, you do not need to have all 4 unlocked. You only need to have the adjacent. So I can go 1, 2, and then straight over. Okay. I'm going to give you the top 5 shots to prioritize and then how many points each one is going to take. I think first off, you take 2, 6, 10, 12. I think those 12 are very important. I think getting the bigger marks for contact and swing path and a little bit more forgiveness on your tee shots is incredibly important. That's 12 points right there. This isn't the top 5 yet, but this is just kind of where I think you should go with each one before I give you my top 5 rankings. I think the approach is the same thing. You have to unlock transition, but then do contact. And then say swing path. As you can see, just make sure you choose the right one. That's another 10. That gets you up to 22. I don't think you need the choked approach right away. But I do think this is where it gets difficult. You're going to have to spend 2, 4, 16, 20, 24, 36. So if you remember, it's 36, 48, 58, and that gets you to the spinner. And I think the spinner is overall truly the number 1 shot you have to unlock because it is a one hop and stop and it is very easy to control. And then from there, you can unlock the other skills. But I do think getting to this shot first is probably your biggest priority. When it comes to the recovery, it's kind of going to be there's not really anything specific you should go for. I went down for the super flop right away just because it's a little more forgiving than the flop, but I don't deem it absolutely necessary. Splash shot, we're at 58. Splash shot, you're going to take, I would upgrade pretty much all of this. So, or not all of this, do 2, 4. You don't need the blast, but you'll need the power pick. So 16, 20, 24. And then if you're on technician, you get the pick shot. So that's cost you 48 to get to it. So that's 48 plus 58. You're already up to 106. So we only have 19 to play with at this point. But to me, I think those are the most important. And as I keep going, let's just start messing with this so I can show you what I mean by this. You'll unlock this. You don't need to unlock Stinger or Choke Tee Shot. I chose to, but you definitely don't need to. I think this is important, and I think this is important. Then I just realized, give me 1 second, because I just realized that you have to get your guy to 75. There we go. So you have to get him to 75. You have to get him to 75 to be able to get these next shots. But then from there, I think you go straight down on the approach. 80? Really? Oh, come on. Hold on. We'll spend some VC for you guys. We don't need it. Let's just spend that. Okay. And then it gets you the spinner. I think that is your number 1 go-to. Recovery. I don't think you need to spend anything. Bunker. It's kind of, once again, you're going to have to spend a little bit of... You're going to have to go down a little ways. So we have 19 to play with. I'm not going to put myself up to 85. You don't need to unlock it. But I think this is the most important thing. And this is why I want you to choose Technician, is because this pick shot is very good. And then on the green, I don't think you need to do anything really there. I don't think you need to go for bump and run. I think the bump and run is pretty useless. So long-term goal once you get to Rebirth is go here and then work your way over to get the green reader and get the first green grids to shrink them, because then it looks a lot like 2K23. So, quick recap. Top 5, starting at number 1. Number 1 thing to do, get yourself the spinner. Spinner, best thing you can do. Number 2, optimize your tee shots and your approach shots, because those are the shots you're hitting the most. 2 and 3, they're interchangeable. Unlock both of those as fast as possible, getting the contact and the swing path proficiency boost, because that will allow you to have the best chance. It gives you slightly bigger marks and it gives you a little bit more forgiveness if you do miss it. Okay, number 4, go to the pick. Get the pick as fast as possible when you're moving up to 85. As you progress down this way, getting to 85 is very quick from 80 to 85, so you'll be able to get this shot very quickly. And then number 5, though, is working your way down from the lag putt to the Texas wedge down to the green readers. That's going to be your long-term goal as you get to overall 90. And then you can Rebirth, you can unlock a greensman, get the greensman to 85, and you can literally spend all your skill points right away on greensman. Just go straight down and get straight to green reader right away. You don't even have to do anything else. Once you get to 90 on one character, you can get to 85 and go straight down to every single character. So for like power drive, you can, as soon as you get to 90 on technician, you create a power drive character, come in here, spend all your AP, getting straight skill points, getting straight down here, and you'll be good to go. Last thing to cover, the golf bag. What I deem is probably the least important to start out. I kind of have changed my tune about it a little bit since I have started, but I do think there is a specific golf bag that I think people can do very well with. So if you ask me, I think it's interchangeable for the 2-iron if you want either a 2-iron or a 5-wood per se, but I like this build right now. A driver, 3-wood, 5-iron, or 2-iron, 3-iron, 5-iron, 6, 7, 8, 9, pitching wedge 50, 56, 60. So I think that is your best bet. I think the 2-iron plays very well with, if you're playing into the wind, it does not get affected by the wind very much, whereas this 5-wood and 7-wood balloon a little bit more. So you have a little bit more forgiveness. And then from there, I think the best bet is, so for your, as you guys know, the driver goes a little bit shorter on the technician build. I think as you're moving forward, you do lose your fittings if you evo a club, but use your power fittings to help yourself move forward. So like, see, you go here, you can add 2 yards every much time. So on this one, if you're even at 2, you go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, you're already up to 282. And then if it's an emerald, it's 4 times 5, so 20 yards. So it's up to 2, or it's close to that. So you can get it up, close to 290 to 300 once you get to emerald and sapphire clubs. But I think power fittings are your best bet on the driver. And then I think on 3-wood, you want to use a little bit of power and then a little bit of contact and swing path. And then the same for irons and wedges. Irons, wedges, woods, I think you need a little bit of power to boost up the yardage a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 fittings. And then the other 3 should be contact or swing path. Interchangeable 2 and 1, whichever way format you want to do it. But I feel that is your best bet at getting optimal yardages while also retaining the forgiveness that you will need. Putter, putt weight, and rhythm is your best bet. And then golf ball. I don't use anything for the golf ball, but if I were to use one, I would say forgiveness is probably your best. Forgiveness and flight are your best bet. The ball spins enough as it is. Forgiveness and flight would be your best bet if you're going to use a golf ball. I've never used them in this game, so I can't really speak to it as much. But from there, now that you guys know what my starter build is, I'm going to show you what my current player looks like so you guys can understand what I'm working with. As you can see, I'm level 73, 94 overall. I've got the SDR on. He's got the SDR on. But if I go to my player progression, I think there's a little bit of a weird glitch with AP. So I'm curious if I'm going to get screwed on this, where I have 56 and 90 were in, I think mine got messed up a little bit. I don't know. But this is where I'm at. So I'm at 90, 90, 72. I went straight to these 90, 90. And then my putts are at 61. Shaping rhythm at 75. I have a couple AP points to use. I don't know what I'm going to use them on yet. I'm going to kind of wait and then just kind of put all my eggs in one basket. For my shots, as you can see, I'm starting to work on getting this leveled up so I can get to the power drive. I do think the choke tee shot provides more value than the stinger. I'll do a full bag deep dive a little bit more. As you can see, I have the spinner, I have the super flop unlocked, I have the pick, and I have the green reader. Everything I've been telling you about. But if we go to the golf bag, it's not optimized yet. So as you can see down to the right, let's go upgrade. I think that's where it shows you your, yeah. So 292. Oh, I have a bad, interesting. Oh, I didn't even realize that I didn't have another power fitting. So now my driver is 292. Interesting. But as you can see, I go full power on the driver. I'm close to getting my 3-wood maxed out. Right now I'm using 2 power fittings. I haven't had anything else. I'm not really gonna touch it. I think I need a little bit more yardage. I want to get that 3-wood up to like 255, 257. The irons, I'm using the hickory irons. I have not put any fittings on them, and that's where I do want to improve. Is I do want to get some power on these irons, because I want these irons to go a little bit farther. I want my 5-iron to be a little over 200, 6-iron every 10-yard gapping out from down there. Wedges are going a pretty good distance for what I like right now as well. I haven't evoed those either, but I'm working on evoing the putters, so then I can start putting things of that nature on there. But that's kind of the starter build that I've been using, and then you guys can kind of see like that's where I've taken my personal character that route as well. A little bit of rambling, a little bit of run-ons, a little bit all over the place. We're not that organized. We will be coming out with a shot type video ranking later this week. But until then, I'm going to kind of create a full what's in the bag, and then also kind of a tips and tricks, what I deem is the most important. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys took screenshots. Go back, look at whatever you want to. It's been fun. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for love. At this point, we are not at 2,000 subscribers, but we are actually very, very, very close, and that absolutely blows my mind. So thank you for that. But yeah, it's been a journey. I'm excited for 2K25. Let me know if there's other content you want to see in the comments down below. Like, comment, sub. If you do enjoy this type of content, please. I like to know that you guys enjoy it, because I want to help you guys. I was #1 for a while in 2K23, and I want other people to have the same chance of success that I did. But that's going to do it for me. Have an amazing day, guys. I love you guys. See you soon. Peace.